Shalom Yisrael. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rucha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to those Le'akim that's preach the word in all truth and sincerity, along with your Israelite foreigner brothers that are like the heathens. But the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is Brother Yakar, a mop lesson. And today's lesson will be entitled Through Much Tribulation. I'm just going to go on some precepts and Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemo Shai. I didn't form a lesson. I'm just going to go on the spirit and just going to build off this precept alone in Acts 14, verse 22. And this was Apostle Paul speaking to the church, the Israelite believers. This was after he had risen up, after he was stoned. The Lord had put the spirit back in his body to, go back, and teach the word, which was a miracle, man. Because Apostle Paul, he actually died. And I'll just get it real quick. It says, let's see, Acts 14:19 says, and there came thither certain Jews from Antioch and Iconium, who persuaded the people, and having stoned Paul, drew him out of the city, supposing he had been dead. Howbeit, as the disciples stood round about him, he arose and came into the city, and the next day he departed with Barnabas to Derbe. Yeah, so this is a miracle, man. The Lord put the spirit back in Apostle Paul, to go back to preach the word, man. So Apostle Paul, he actually died, and we go to jump down. I read verse 21 says, and when they had preached the gospel to that city and had taught many, they returned again to Lystra and to Iconium and to Antioch, confirming the souls of the disciples. And let's look at that word confirming. As our apostle taught us, we always must go into the Hebrew and the Greek, to get the definition of the words. You see, it says, it's from the Greek word epiterizo, which means to strengthen more. So Apostle Paul, he was strengthening the souls of the disciples, man, by counsel. It says, and exhorting them, which exhorting means encouraging them to continue in the faith, and that we must do much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. And that's right, man. And that saying still applies today. Through much tribulation we're going to go through, man, in these times, which is Jacob's trouble, because the Lord Yahweh Shemo Shai is going to test us to the max, man, of our integrity. And Lord willing, we pass the test, that we remain faithful to him, and no matter what, to not take the MOTB, not to give in into Esau's agenda, his new world order, man, not to bow down to the image of Baal no matter what. You see, because the disciples back then, the apostles and disciples, they were catching hell for the name of Yahweh Shai's sake, man. And that's one of the things too. We must, as it says in Philippians 1:29, and it reads, for unto you it is given in the behalf of Yahweh Shai, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake, right? So we're not commanded only to believe in our Lord Yahweh Shai, but also to suffer for his name's sake, man. So we have to suffer, which is catching hell, being tested. The Lord promised us that we're going to eat and drink in Jacob's trouble. Now the Lord may test us. He may have us go 3 or 4 days without eating, but remember, what do the scriptures say? The Lord knows, our breaking point. The Lord's not going to give us, according to 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, And it reads, there have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. Right. So the Lord is never going to put more on us, more more affliction on us that we can't handle. So if we are going through certain, tribulations and Jacob's trouble, and also now, but more in Jacob's trouble, then that means we can handle it, man. The Lord knows. Remember, the Lord knows our spirit more than us, cause He's the one that created us, man. So the Lord, that's the balance. We're gonna catch hell, you know, in this truth, you know, but in Jacob's trouble, we're gonna, you know, we're gonna be in the midst of the plagues, man. But remember, the plagues are not for the righteous, man. And Lord willing, we are other righteous stock. Because it says in Sirach 40 that the Lord is bringing the destruction, you know. Let's get this real quick. Isaiah 13 and let me see, let me see, verse 11. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, right? Iniquity means sin upon sin. So this is why the Lord is going to destroy America, Babylon the Great, and it's going to bring the place and Jacob's trouble because of the wicked for their iniquity. Starting with Esau, Edom, 2/3 of our people in the heathen nations. It says, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay the haughtiness of the terrible, right? The Lord's going to cause the arrogance of the proud, which is the Edomites, to stop, man, because they're proud. And even all this proud spirit in the earth right now, the spirit of anti-Messiah, everybody is proud, man. But the Lord's going to have everybody be bound down, be humble, when the Lord bring them plagues and Jacob's trouble, man, such as famine, pestilence, race wars, race riots, women getting raped, ravished, cannibalism. That's going to be the Lord humbling the inhabitants of the earth, man, for their iniquity. You see, but as I said earlier, that the righteous is going to make it through. The elect man of Israel is going to make it through, man, because the Lord is going to grant the elect the hedge of protection, according to Psalms 34:7. The angel of the Lord Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. And right, and that's the hedge of protection, man, that we all want, Lord willing. Which having the hedge of protection, that's one of the benefits of the Lord, man. You know, and this is another benefit, in Revelation 3:10. And it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, which patience means to suffer, man. Because the elect man of Israel, has been suffering in his faith. He's going to suffer in his truth for many years. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which the hour of temptation is the MOTB, the charagma, the implantable device that will go on either of your hands or your forehead, according to Revelation 13:16, which is Esau's New World Order, NWO. So because the elect has been faithful, has kept the word of the Lord's patience, been doing the work, going out on the highways and byways, the benefit of them doing that, is the Lord's going to keep them, um, put the spirit on them to not take the MOTB, which is a benefit, man. It says, which shall come upon all the world, in the argumenty sense, the whole inhabitants of the world. It says to try them not dwell upon the earth, right? So everybody's going to be tried, man, and the only ones that's not going to fail the test are the elect men of Israel. Of course, the woman that's going to be saved in childbearing as well, that's of the elect of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, and the children. But it also saw with the men, the 144,000 holy apostles and prophets, man. Because as I said earlier, I just make sure I want to get this. The righteous, you know, these plagues that the Lord is bringing is for the wicked. This is Sirach 49 says, death and bloodshed and strife and sword calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. And right, man, the flood of ungodly men when Esau come down with great wrath, according to Revelation 12 and 12, you know, in that nuclear destruction, man. But as I want to focus on, emphasize on the point when it says in verse 10, these things are created for the wicked. So all these, in a nutshell, this is time on Jacob's trouble, so all these plagues that the Lord's going to send are for the wicked, not for the righteous, man, even though the righteous will be in the midst of it. But as we read earlier, the Lord is going to make a way for the righteous, the elect, to escape and to not be affected by those plagues, man. Even though they're going to be in the midst of them, the Lord's going to grant that hedge of protection for them to be delivered, you know. Because, it says that no plague shall come down that dwelling. In Psalms 91, I believe it's verse 10. Yep, Psalms 91, verse 10. And it reads, there shall no evil befall thee. Right. Neither shall any plague come nigh that dwelling. Right. So, evil means bad times, as Apostle Gabar broke down one time. Eve meaning time and ill meaning bad. So no bad times are going to befall on the elect, man. Even though they will, the Lord's going to try them for their integrity, but they gonna make it out, man, because they're of the elect. And even Yahweh Shai said that there shall stand some of you not tasting death, man. Because with balance, it will be some of the elect. I want to say this as well. There will be some of the elect that will be put to death, according to Revelation 24, and not receiving, the MOTB, the charagma, but the dead of Yahweh shall rise first, and their works are going to pass over, you know. So, it's a win-win situation for the brothers that die in the faith, keeping their integrity and not taking the MOTB, not bow down to the image of this beast, the image of Baal, and they're going to be raised up first. So I just wanted to say that as well. But for the most part, the elect is going to be delivered, you know. Um, I believe it's in Luke. And I'm just going through the spirit. I didn't, like I said earlier, um, I didn't form this lesson, just like Apostle Ramla, often say sometimes you got to just build off one precept alone, just, speak, and the spirit will come to you, Um, let me see, there shall, there shall stand some of you, stand some of you. Huh. This is Mark 9 and 1. It says, and he said to them, verily, which means truly, I said to you, that there be some of them that stand here which shall not taste of death till they have seen the kingdom of Yahweh come with power. Right. So, and the scripture proves reincarnation. So it's gonna be some individuals of the elect of Israel that's gonna make it through all the way through Jacob's trouble. They're not gonna taste death, man, until Yahweh Shai, the angels come in the chariots to deliver them. You know. So, like I said earlier, for the most part, brothers gonna be delivered. The elect brethren, may I say, is gonna be delivered by the chariots, so-called UFOs, but with balance, some brothers have to um, fulfill the prophecy of, being put to death in the name of Yahweh Shemon Shai by not taking the MOTB, the charagma, not bound down to the system, so, and I just, for a couple last precepts, we have to prepare our minds for this, man, to know, we have to count the costs to know that, we may it may be a lot to, be put to death, man. But kind of all joy to know that, we know what's on the other side if they have to fulfill that lot. But ultimately what gives us comfort is to know that the kingdom is coming, man, at the end of the day. But this Sirach 2 and 17, Apocrypha, it says, they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts, which heart goes back to the Hebrew word lies, means your mind, and humble their souls in his sight. Yeah, so the elect, which the elect are the ones that fear Yahweh Shemashah, going to prepare their minds spiritually. We're not going to prepare carnally, food prepping and stuff, trying to, you know, shield us carnally from the plagues. Nah, we're going to prepare spiritually, man. Lord, and we those men and humble our souls, man. You know, and it says, saying we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so it's a mercy, yeah, because Yahweh Shemashah is a merciful God, man. We have a merciful God, so we rather fall into the hands of the Lord rather than the hands of men, because in the hands of men, they don't show mercy, but we understand that the Lord controls the hearts of men so he can make a way for you to escape to bear the affliction. So, yeah, I could just wanted to make a quick lesson on that, and you know, Lord, when I was edified, and till next time, Shalom.